I'm in Brunswick, and tomorrow Swains Lock, and then into DC, and just a reverse trip. I'm out here just testing this trailer pretty much, and riding with Joe on his way back into DC as he heads back home. So just hold up here tonight at the campground. So I've got everything set up.
You bring a horse to water, but you can't make him drink it. After it's raining this morning. We still got a long ways to go.
Okay, leaving the campground, and we're going to go up on the trail. I have my poncho on. I was hoping rain to get past me. So, goes all the way down to there. So let's roll. So Joe's still back at the pavilion. He's got to do a few things and take a phone call and so forth. So I'm going to get a head start because he's just on the bike, no trailer. And I'm a lot slower than what he would be going. So he'll meet up with me a couple hours down the trail, I'm sure. All right. Now this is what it's about. I'm on the move. C&O, milepost 54. Destination is White's Ferry Grill for lunch and Swains Lock campsite. Then DC tomorrow. And then I'll turn back and do it backwards. Just show you the trailer back there if you can see it. My arm's in the way. Got my flag on there. That's for visibility if I'm on the road. And I don't need to dry anything, so the hanger's empty right now. Not yet anyway. Pedaling in 1 so far. I'll probably bump up to 2 at some point. Got plenty of power. Altogether about 2,500 watts between the 3 e-bike batteries and the Jackery. And I have the Jackery because it's a fast charge, pretty fast. About an hour and 3/4 normally to recharge 1,000 watts fully. Or I can quick charge in about an hour, hour and a quarter. But I really won't even need to charge anything, but I will tomorrow when I come back through the visitor center at 14.3. I'll top off my Jackery and probably plug up one of the e-bike batteries just for an hour, hour and a half, and then back to Brunswick where I have my truck. Okay, that's all the intro. In case you're wondering, that's what I'm doing at the moment. Only started out. I'm in my first couple miles so far for today. The towpath is good. especially all the rain we've had. It's smooth, just a little damp, and we just had some rain showers move through, so some puddles here and there. Now at mile 22, when I get that far, it'll probably, well, maybe it might be muddy down there at that end, but we'll see. The rain event that's moving through today, I think once I get that far, I don't think it's going to reach that far, but I'll see. If you remember, that was the old low water crossing down there. If that was still intact, it would be flooded. But we have this nice bridge right here. And the creek is pretty low. I don't know if you can see that, but very nice. Bridges connect, and that was easy. And that was where the old path came up, or went down. $52. I'll stop up here and get a photo. Okay, time to trim a couple branches. Okay, I don't see any poison. That's a mulberry, I think, mulberry branch. You'd think it's poison, but it's not. That's a branch, mulberry. Okay, cut that branch there. A lot of ivy in here. So, okay, let's go ahead and trim that up. Get my saw. Okay, one branch cut. That's part of the tree. That's not poison. Okay, so let's get that out of the way. All right, see if I can cut anything else here. Might clean it up some. Probably right through there. Be the best way to go. And part of that's thorn bushes. It's a thorn vine of some kind. So I've already cut part of it. Let me get that out of the way with a saw. So let's get that out of the way. That hurts. Fisker's 10-inch tree saw. Okay, made a hole. Much better. Some of those were thorns. Okay, let's go. Let's get going. There's a new bridge they put in last month. This is down at Lander. So yeah, I cleared that tree out, the branches down below. I investigated, make sure there's no poison ivy on there. There's some thorn bushes on there, but it's all clear now, enough to get underneath. That's about 50.5 at Lander. Point of Rocks exit will be up here, the trailhead, at about 48.2 or so. That's a good stop because there's a pavilion, pit toilet, a park over there, public water down to the right of the park. Clearing that tree back there a little bit kind of reminded me of the scripture verse. I forget which one it is, about prepareth the way. So clear the way so others can go through. And myself. And myself. So I didn't video it back there, but in the woods back there, there's an easier access to this campsite rather than trying to manage this bank. Bald Eagle hiker-biker campsite. With all the leaves, you can't really see the river too much. Now and then I get a glimpse. Coming up on the lock house. It's for rent. canal quarters. I'm on your left, sir. No, you're fine. Hi.
How are you?
Good. Starting to sprinkle some more, so I put my poncho back on a little bit for a little bit. I know they're calling for heavier rain showers coming through again. But that's a long train. It's pretty active today, both ways. You might see a glimpse of the Route 15 blue bridge over there, but probably not. It's a lot of green growth. We don't use Route 15. That's too busy. That takes you over into Virginia. You could go over to Leesburg, I guess, but traffic's just too dangerous over there. It gets pretty heavy. And there's no path on the bridge for a bike. So I have no need to go over there. Coming up on Point of Rocks. That's what it looks like from here, the parking lot and the boat ramp. River's up. It's calmed down some, but it's still up. You could exit here, go through the parking lot, and just take that canal bridge across over to the park. Get some fresh public water. Pit toilet. You can get cover from rain or whatever under the pavilion. But I'm keep on going. In a heavier rain, flooding, this will flood here. So about 48.2 right here. I swear by these ponchos. Gives me plenty of air circulation and keeps the rain off of me for the most part. And there's a look at one of the campsites. That one's Calico Rocks, about 47.5. That's the one nearest to Point of Rocks. When I have a trailer, gotta make it wider. Get that off of the towpath. It probably would have went over okay, but I'm not in a rush, and I definitely don't want to hurt anything. All right, on we go again. On these trips like this, you start to think about little tiny things that you might want to improve on. Like this front bag is not waterproof, and that's not really waterproof either, but it's a little better water resistant. But if I had a small dry bag, I could slip my phone in there with the end of the charging cable without any problem for any heavier downburst. But it's still sprinkling pretty good, but it's not affecting the phone that much because of the canopy. It shields it pretty well. I bumped it up to Assist 2. I found myself pedaling a lot on Assist 1 and not as much on Assist 2. So I think it's probably using the same wattage pretty much. I'm just pedaling less time on 2. It's 8% motor versus 24% motor. Of course, it's a variable speed, not speed, variable shifter. There's no clicks in between for the Enviola hub. Not a great hub, but it's the hub that's on here for the belt drive. 380% gear range. So not super great, but it works for the purpose. If I had another dry bag on me, I could wedge it in between the bar in the front and that bag and just drape it over top to provide a better rain guard, rain cover whenever it gets a little heavier, and then just plop it or roll it out of the way. So that's, I think, what I'm going to do, because that bag is not totally rainproof, and I use that to hold my phone down in there. So the rain does get in there a little bit, and if it's a heavy rain, that will get saturated. And the front bag, although I've got that on there, I really don't use it too much, but it's there. It doesn't take up any space that I'm using, so it is an extra carry space, but it's not waterproof. I'm looking. Guess the rain chased them off. What's this, 45.6? If I remember on the map. You roll in here, be careful, there's some dips in there where some roots, trees used to be. But I don't need to stop. I feel fine, so keep on going. Oh, there's somebody down there. Truck down there. Okay, keep going. 44.6, not 45. Okay, so the rain's picking up. Time to put the phone away. Get it under cover, out of the rain. Indian Flats here. River's up some. Near the 38 mark, Marble Quarry campsite up ahead. Turtle Run hiker biker campsite. The towpath is slowly reclaiming its original surface in areas like that. There were several. I didn't record them all. But if it continues to erode, it'll be an original surface probably in a decade or less. This is about mile 32. It's Chisel Branch, 30.5 roughly. Yep, Chisel Branch. I changed the battery out for a new one, spare, and with assist 1, 2, and 3, I'd say about half of that 2, a little bit of 3, a little bit of 1. I got about 24 miles with 1 bar left. So of course, that's pulling the trailer, and today's slow and go a little bit, about 7, 8 miles per hour. And in this kind of stuff here, that probably affects it just a little bit. So I'm saying, with pulling the trailer, the 1,000-watt Jackery, 2 spare batteries, what I have back there, getting about 20 to 25 miles per battery, 500-watt battery. So, and the 1,000-watt Jackery, the output, usable output's about 850, so it's about 1.6 chargeable batteries. So I'll have to think about that. I would like to double it up to a 2,000-watt Jackery, but that adds 20 more pounds. I could do away with one of the spare batteries and just have 1 spare battery and 1 main battery, because I really just want the ability to charge quickly and put a lot of watts in. So 2,000 watts would be acceptable. 1,500 would be questionable still, I think. That'd be like 1,200 usable watts. So that'd be just a little over 2 batteries. So I don't know. Of course, having the Jackery, it is nice to have it for recharging my power banks, phone. Of course, you can charge off the power banks, but recharge the power banks. I can use the toaster. Toaster only took about, for what I cooked this morning for me, 1 English muffin, both halves, about 25 watts. So that in itself is pretty cool. All right. Well, I'm in the about 29 mile marker area of the C&O. Oh, I am recharging one of the batteries that I just swapped out, the one that's about 90% down. So it's charging. Let me look at it again. The lid is propped open. I've got all 3 vents unfastened and open, and I'll monitor it by a temperature probe. I'm gonna keep it in 3 this time and sort of test it and see where I'm at, how many miles. So if I got 20 to 24 in a 1 to 3 gear pedal assist, if I keep it all in 3, having to pedal less, maybe 20. I'll just have to see. Testing, 1, 2, 3. And I don't really feel much drag at all with the trailer. I mean, I know it's there a little bit, but it's not like pulling. So it's low resistance, and it's rolling pretty well. So people may be wondering, what was I getting without the trailer? Well, on the e-bike without much gear, assist 1, 2, and 3, I was getting anywhere from 45 to 50 miles in 1. 2 would be around 35 miles, and 3 had been around 25 miles. And that's with some gear. And without the trailer, of course. Okay, so this is marker 29. 16.6 is the goal today. Okay, so the lid closed, then I had a stick propped up, and it's actually doing pretty good. 85 degrees in there. Started out at 90. It's actually dropped down to 85, and that's having all 3 ports open. So get off the bike, check it out just to be sure. Yeah, the stick went sideways. We got a lot of clearance on the side. Those 2 sides are the only place that it draws in air, and that port is the same on the other side. So let's do that. Okay, I'll monitor the temperature on that. So the rear is 85 and the front is 74. The front's no big deal. And there are mosquitoes out if I stop. It's about the 29, 28 and a half marker. The next campsite is 26.1 up here, in about 2 miles or so. But I'm going to 16.6 today. In this area, 28, 26 area, there's overhead aircraft flying. Of course, where else would aircraft fly except overhead, right? Okay. As I was hooking my charger up to charge the e-bike battery off the Jackery, I noticed I lost about 8% because I didn't shut it off manually. I thought it powered off after non-use, but the inverter stayed on and the power stayed on. So I have to remember to make sure to power it off manually. Now, if the inverter's off, it may automatically power off after that, but from now on, I'll make sure it's off. $27.3. Tell you, after rain, this 25, 26 area is a little iffy, a little muddy. Not quite like the days it used to be, but it could easily get there. Okay, 23-mile area. Coming up to a lock house up here. Okay, temperatures in the boxes on the trailer. That's the rear, that's the front. The rear is what's going up because of the charging. Jackery, it's down to about 63%, was 84%. It's charging that battery right there. So it really doesn't make much of a difference in temperature with the lid open. With it shut, it's fine. So let me test it again with it shut. They have ports there and here. But meanwhile, that's what I have to look at. Look at that, Potomac River. Okay, let's put this back. It's dropping a little bit. Okay. Okay, so this is where the resurfacing runs out, down here, about 22 something. And that's the inlet from the river. I've seen them use that before to rewater the canal. But after all this rain, they don't need any rewatering. I cut it too close on that for the trailer. Forgot the trailer wheel had the track a little wider. Okay. This rain this morning rewatered all these puddle holes. They're probably starting to dry up from all the rain we just had. All right, so this is mile 22. It'll look like this from here until tomorrow. It's pretty firm though, so far. Cobblestone or something like that. So still assist 3. Completed about 12 miles on the new battery, and I've used that much charge. Hey. So just under mile 22. So that's what, about 6 miles left to go to the Swains lock. Quite a difference in scenery once you get past 22. River becomes close. Have the flood wall here. I get to this point, I think, wow, this is awesome. what's around the bend. You can hear the river raging over here. In the rapids. Hi. This is Swains Lock campsite. Over here is technically the day use area, but I've set a tent up after near sunset. Over here there's 5 sites, but if they get full, people will be setting up anywhere. But as you can see, there's nobody here tonight. The rain chased them off. I'm standing all the way to the right as you look down towards the river. It's the highest ground I think that's here. It's away from that run, that creek area where all that noise from the water is. You do have an access there from the towpath that some people will cut through here. But it seems to be the driest, although it's a little muddy. It is the driest that's here or up here. So in through here I think is the best area here tonight. And this is home for tonight. Swains Lock, all the way back to the right. It's a little muddy around here. Probably because rain flowed from here like a river. Batten down the hatches, ready for a storm to roll through. Definitely, it's good. Very good. Bike, bike.